Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for today's webinar on creating a continuous learning culture in the workplace. Today, we're going to go over the best ways to engage your employees in their own success and the benefits of doing so. My name is Izzy. I am the Marketing and Client Care Coordinator here at LightWork Software, and I also dedicate a bit of my time to encouraging professional development among my colleagues. I'm invested in their growth just as they are. A little bit of housekeeping before we begin. This webinar is recorded and we will be uploading it to YouTube afterwards. We'll send the link along with the slide deck and a survey in an email after the webinar. The slide deck is also in the handout section of this webinar if you wanted to take a peek at it now. Either way, we'll be sending it to you. Be sure to fill out the survey that we send as well to be entered into a raffle for a $15 gift card. And that is it for me, Morgan. You can take it from here.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Izzy. Good afternoon, everyone. As Izzy mentioned, my name is Morgan Lacey. I am excited to review the ways that you can help your team foster a culture of continuous learning and development. Just a quick agenda for us here today. We're going to review the importance of learning and development and a few high-level steps to acquiring new skills and knowledge. And then I'm also going to talk about the benefits of learning management and the tools that companies can provide to engage their employees in the learning management process and things like professional development. Alrighty, so as we step into talking about learning and development in the workplace today, I want to review the importance of advocating for employees to give them a chance to learn and grow in the workplace. The first thing is something that I think is very beneficial for both sides, meaning the employee and the employer, and that is acquiring new skills and knowledge. Encouraging employees to learn new skills allows them to enhance their problem solving and critical thinking skills, and also makes individuals more adaptable and flexible in the workplace. There are a few skills in the workplace that employees can work to develop, things like teamwork and prioritization and leadership. I would say that no matter the industry, the skill of communication can always be worked on and developed. Obviously, each industry has its own specific skills that apply to their work and to their process, but developing things like problem solving skills can really provide employees with the ability to do things like define issues and analyze potential outcomes. It encourages them to use their critical thinking skills, which can provide a lot of value in industries where good customer service and product support is crucial to the business. Providing a team of people with the tools that they need to grow in their role allows them to become more competent and capable. And that can lead to increased confidence, which can translate into things like improved job performance and job satisfaction. Encouraging employees to learn and grow can give them a sense of value and appreciation, which can increase employee engagement and employee retention. So overall, learning and development in the workplace can be a win-win for both the employee and the company. Which that brings us to the steps of acquiring new skills and knowledge. The first step being determining areas for improvement, which is really what sets the framework for development, as it allows us to focus our efforts and resources on developing skills and knowledge that can enhance performance. This also helps to promote self-awareness and the ability to continuously work towards self-improvement. Taking the time to assess and determine areas for improvement is an essential step towards achieving goals, which brings us to the next step, which is setting clear goals. And I do include the word clear here because I want to note how important it is to include tasks and details for each goal that is set for an employee. Including details such as priority and due date with each goal allows employees to prioritize their own time and effort. Once areas of improvement have been determined and clear goals have been set and reviewed with the employee, the next step would then to be seek learning opportunities. which can include things like free online resources for courses for things like leadership and communication, or hands on workshops to sharpen technical skills. And there's so many different industries that can find value in sharpening things like time management and active listening skills. Because when leading a team of people, you have to learn to juggle different personalities and problems. And having the skills to manage employees and their individual issues doesn't always come naturally to everyone. So, advocating and encouraging leaders to sharpen their communication and listening skills can greatly benefit their direct reports. I personally enjoy using LinkedIn Learning. So feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. It's Morgan Lacey. And you can check out the courses that I'm taking on leadership and communication. I just finished one that I really enjoyed. It was called How to Be Caring While Holding Your Team Accountable. And there's a lot of other great ones on there about leadership and emotional development, um, even sales enablement. So I would definitely recommend checking out LinkedIn Learning if you have not. All right. So to wrap up our steps here, we have continuously evaluating and adjusting learning plans. I think that if you can be consistent with this last step, it can change the way you learn and grow. If you're willing to review and determine your own areas for improvement and base your learning and development on those areas, it can allow for personal and professional growth. I think these are good kind of high level steps to get any industry and any team started on a path to learning and development. With that, we have our first poll for our group today, and that is what type of resources work best for you in a learning environment. So we'll give everybody a little bit of time to get that answered.
All right, it looks like about half of everybody has voted. Just going to give it a couple more seconds to get everybody in real quick. All right, it looks like most people said in-person or hands-on training.
In person or hands on. So I am both of those things. Thank you so much, Izzy. I prefer definitely hands on and in person training. I definitely work better when I'm kind of immersed in something and I have somewhere that I can ask questions that can guide me first, through the first few steps at least, just so I can get comfortable and confident. And we're going to talk a little bit about why that's important as well. So thank you, Izzy. All right, moving on to boosting confidence in job satisfaction. So I've talked a little bit earlier about how learning and development boosts confidence and job satisfaction. So I want to review what I think are some valuable things in the workplace that are increased when you boost employees' confidence and job satisfaction. For example, you find that it increases productivity, which can lead to a better work life balance and a reduction in stress levels. Employers benefit from increased productivity by being able to produce more goods or services, leading to increased revenue. You'll also find that a boost in confidence and job satisfaction increases an employee's engagement in their work, which can in turn increase their quality of work and have a positive impact on the overall workplace culture. Boosting an employee's confidence in their work and in their role can increase employee retention, which refers to their level of commitment and dedication that, as an employee, they have towards their work and their company. Engaged employees are more likely to go above and beyond their job duties, leading to greater innovation and success for the organization. On the other hand, disengaged employees can have a negative impact on productivity and morale and can lead to high turnover rates. Therefore, it's important for companies to prioritize employee engagement through various initiatives such as training and development programs, employee recognition, and even open communication channels. Next, I want to talk about engaging employees in their own success. Now, engaging employees in their own success means involving them in the process of setting and achieving goals that align with the overall objectives of the organization. This involves communication, collaboration, and providing opportunities for growth and development. By doing so, employees feel valued, motivated, and invested in the success of the company. This can lead to increased job satisfaction, productivity, and retention rates. Engaging employees in their own success also promotes ownership of their work by giving them a sense of accountability and investment in the work that they're doing. When employees feel like when employees feel as though they're contributing and are valued members of the team, they're more likely to take ownership of their responsibilities and strive for success. Additionally, when employees are given opportunities to learn new skills and take on new challenges, they're more likely to feel invested in the success of the company as a whole. By promoting a culture of engagement and ownership, companies can create a more motivated and productive workforce. Employees that are accountable for their actions are more likely to be engaged and motivated. This again can lead to an increase in productivity and better work culture. Accountability also helps build trust between employees and their coworkers, as well as between employees and their managers. When everyone is accountable for their work, it creates a sense of responsibility and mutual respect. Accountability is essential for creating a successful and thriving workplace. Engaging employees in their own success also promotes commitment and fosters a sense of ownership and responsibility towards achieving their own goals. When employees are committed, they are willing to put in the necessary effort and time to succeed, even when faced with challenges or setbacks. This level of dedication helps them stay motivated and focused on their objectives, which ultimately leads to greater productivity and job satisfaction. Committed employees are more likely to seek opportunities for growth and development, both for themselves and for the organization as a whole. So, overall, a strong sense of commitment is essential for employees to achieve their full potential and contribute to the success of the company. All right, on to poll number 2. Do you feel your work environment provides opportunities for accountability? So give everybody a little bit of time to answer that.
All right, it looks like about half of everybody has answered again. Just going to give it a couple more seconds for everybody else to get in. All righty, it looks like the majority of everybody said yes.
Wonderful. I really do believe that being accountable for your work and your actions is very important, whether it's personally or professionally. I know that in the past, I've had so much respect for managers who take accountability for their actions, especially for their mistakes, and kind of talk through them and not only accountable for them, but talk through how they're going to grow and develop themselves, not to run into the same thing. So that's good to hear. Thank you so much, Izzy. All right, moving on from that, we're going to talk a little bit about fostering a growth mindset. I think one of the most important things that you can do when it comes to building a culture of learning and development is fostering a growth mindset. Giving employees the opportunity to improve and grow shows the employees that their leaders are invested in them and their success. And that investment can lead to improved morale and retention rates. Praising employees throughout the learning process can also help foster a growth mindset as it boosts their confidence and motivation. By recognizing their efforts and progress, leaders can provide employees with a sense of value and appreciation. Next is leading by example, which I think is one of the most important things that you can do to foster a growth mindset in the workplace. It also helps build trust and credibility with employees as leaders work to hold themselves accountable with their own work and their own growth. Leading by example is a powerful tool for inspiring and motivating teams to achieve their goals and perform at their best. Teams that don't work to foster a growth mindset can struggle to adapt to things like change and setbacks and may not be open to receiving valuable feedback. Employees with a growth mindset are typically someone who embraces challenges and sees them as opportunities to learn and develop. These employees are usually curious and adaptable and are open to receiving feedback in an effort to grow personally and professionally. I would say that if you have somebody on your team that you would identify as somebody who has a growth mindset, it would be incredibly valuable for them, for you to advocate for them to have the tools that they need to grow professionally. So, just again, reiterating the accountability and where that falls into a growth mindset and leading by example, and also praising and recognizing people through the process and giving them that opportunity to grow, I think are very good foundations for fostering a growth mindset on your team. All right. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about learning and development today, as far as wanting to review the benefits of providing a learning management platform to employees and to their leaders. So, solutions like LightWork Learning allow companies to include internally developed training courses that employees can access and participate in for things like compliance, communication, and leadership training. Having a learning management platform allows on-site and remote employees to share and learn on a flexible platform from anywhere at any time. It's important to provide managers with the tools that allow them the insight into the learning outcomes of their employees so that they can track and maintain things like certifications or even employees' professional development efforts. Providing employees and their leaders with the tools that they need to efficiently and effectively engage in their learning and development shows an investment in the employee experience. If you'd like to learn more about LightWork Learning, of course, please feel free to reach out to our team. Just wanted to kind of review some of the kind of what I would consider valuable features in a learning management solution, is being able to facilitate that from anywhere at any time, kind of stay aware of where employees are in their process of certification and learning courses. And then, of course, it's always nice to have customized content. So, all righty. Next, I want to talk a little bit about tips for developing employees professionally. So, as we get wrapped up here today, I want to share a few of the tips on professionally developing employees. The first is encouraging feedback and communication, which allows individuals to express their thoughts and feelings, share their ideas, and get better understanding of each other's perspectives in the workplace. Feedback and communication can help improve productivity, identify areas of improvement, and foster a positive and collaborative work environment. In personal relationships, it can strengthen bonds, improve trust, and prevent misunderstandings. Therefore, it's essential to create a culture that promotes open and effective communication where feedback is welcomed and valued. Coaching and mentoring is another great way to professionally develop employees, as it provides employees with the support and guidance necessary to reach their full potential. Coaching involves helping employees to develop their skills, while mentoring focuses on career development and personal growth. Both approaches help employees learn from experienced professionals and gain valuable insight into their field. By investing in coaching and mentoring programs, companies can promote employee retention and foster a culture of learning. And last, but I think one of the most valuable things is rewarding and recognizing employees for their hard work. By recognizing and rewarding employees for their hard work and achievements, it creates a culture where employees feel motivated to consistently improve their skills and performance. Providing access to things like conferences, webinars, or other external opportunities can allow employees to broaden their skill set and invest in their job role. These tips might seem obvious to some people, but they really are the foundation for professional development. All right, on to poll number 3. Which of the tips for developing employees do you think is the most important?
All right, about half of everybody has answered. Just going to give it a couple more seconds for the rest of everybody to pop in. And it looks like most people said encouraging feedback and communication.
Wonderful, wonderful. I really do believe feedback and communication are a foundation for just the workplace in general. I think the way that we work with people, the way that we communicate with people, how efficiently and how effectively we do it, and being willing to have feedback on the way that we communicate can really change and help a team grow. So thank you so much, Izzy. All right, we are on to tools to engage and communicate. All righty, so tools for engagement and communication. All right, so as we finish up here today, I want to talk a little bit about the tools that allow employees and their leaders to engage and communicate about the learning and professional development. The first tools for communication are more on the performance management side of things, which would be surveys, which are a great tool for leaders to get feedback to help determine what employees' areas of improvements are, or maybe even request professional development. Goal setting can also be a great tool to help support and guide employees through the learning and development process, as they are important to include those details that we talked about earlier that allow employees to track and maintain their own priorities and their own progress. Journals are also a very valuable tool in the performance management process, as they let employees and their managers communicate and share feedback that can be used to help grow and develop employees professionally. Learning management platforms are there to provide virtual lockers, really, is what is a great feature for employees to have. Another great feature on the learning management side, as far as tools for employee, or I should say for engagement and communication, again, is that ability to provide endless content options so that the learning can be customized to your team and to your industry. And last, again, is the ability to offer anytime learning so that employees can learn from anywhere. And really, this flexibility allows employees to more easily engage and embrace the learning management process. So just wanted to review, and we'll go back again on the performance management. These are just some tools for engagement and communication. Again, getting feedback, sharing feedback, setting clear goals. And then again, for learning management, the virtual lockers, endless content, and the anytime learning, kind of engaging and communicating with employees on their learning management initiatives and giving them the tools to do so. So perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed our presentation. Please join us again here every month to talk about best practices in performance management, developing emotional intelligence, and other related HR topics. Be on the lookout for a follow-up email from LightWork team that will have a link to our recording of this presentation, the presentation itself, and some additional resources for your team. You'll also be able to find information there on like integrations with LightWork software. And there's also a link to my calendar there. So if you do have any questions and you would like to connect and learn more about performance management or learning management solutions, or just learn more about learning and development, I'm happy to connect and have those conversations. Again, if we're not connected on LinkedIn, please feel free to find me and connect with me. I do share a lot of HR related topics and articles on there. And then you can also follow along with my learning journey that I have going on there. So thank you guys so much again. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed our presentation, and just make sure you're on the lookout for that follow-up email. Thanks, everyone.